Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope I'm not too loud in your ear. This mic's sounding a little tinny today. Maybe if I back off it a little bit. So good to see you guys in the chat. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is where you are when you're listening. I appreciate your being here. In case we haven't met yet, my name is Rosa Lang, and I am here to help you slow down on a Sunday. I ask you just give me 30 minutes to just help you calm down for the rest of the week, to ground yourself and get ready for all the week has in store for you. It can be a lot, right? And so I want to first start out by saying hello to all my friends in chat that are already here. Hello, Hen. It is good to see you. Jay McCarthy, I'm glad you're here. We also have Katie K. Hey. Thank you, Hen, for saying it sounds all right. Catlin, so thankful you're here. And let's see, Anne Holiday, so glad you're here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it is so good to see you ladies in chat. It really does warm my heart. So I wanted to let you know that one, I'm considering changing the time of this Sunday chat to an earlier time so that more of my friends in the UK can make it without disrupting their whole evening, as they are 6 hours ahead of my time. And there's a friend of mine that is 6 hours in back of or behind my time. So I'd also like to make it possible for them to visit as well. So I'm thinking of something earlier in the morning, but that would leave out my friend in the 6 hours behind me. So I'm kind of hesitant to do that. But I will be working with the timing of this particular video or of this particular Sunday chat in the future. So look for the notifications if you haven't already subscribed and hit the notification bell. That's the best way to know when I'm going live. It will, pardon me. It will give you hey Lynn, I'm so glad you're here. It will give you a 30-minute heads up when the videos go on. And I will try and do those a little earlier so that you can at least see when that's going to happen. Sometimes I'll do it a couple of days ahead. Sometimes I forget and do it the day of. Life happens. Life goes on, right? That's the underlying theme here. Life goes on. So I wanted to get the YouTube things out of the way, make sure everybody knows to hit the like button. Pardon me. And subscribe and all that wonderful stuff. But I am so glad to see you guys here in chat. I just wanted to talk today about some things that have been coming up in my life that are seem so serendipitous. So, oh my gosh, this is happening at the same time. I knew this was going to happen. And look, it's happening now. I never thought this would happen. It's going on for a couple of people in my life. And I'm really pleased that it's happening in such positive ways. Another thing, another term for that happening is synchronicity. Things seem to fall into place at the most incredible times when we thought everything was going to go south, like we get an opportunity that is like, this can make my dreams come true. I'm going to go for it. And if you don't go for it, it's like, okay, you might have to wait a while before it comes up again. But thank you, Hen, for saying it's a good time in the UK, but whatever suits you. Well, if it's good for you guys, then I might only go an hour earlier. So I have more of the afternoon to go and, maybe garden. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't go outside. Not when it's this hot. But I did want to at least bring you guys together to know that this community we're building here, this is a synchronicity in itself. Synchronicity of things happening at a time that it doesn't seem connected, but everything's connected. And if you take a minute to really look at the things in your life and the way things have happened in your life, there's a lot of synchronicity going on. And I wanted to make sure to bring that to you, to make sure that I am giving you all the information that I know I can to let you move forward in the most positive way you can. So I really wanted to talk today about synchronicity and how I became aware of it. Now, if you all have experienced the synchronicity and how things have worked together, I really want you to consider coming up on panel in a minute and sharing your story, because I would really love others to know it's not just me and it's not just you. It's happening. Okay. It's happening. Well, someone had given me a book called The Celestine Prophecies by oh gosh, James Redfield. And it is a book. It's also a movie you can watch on YouTube. The Celestine Prophecy. I'll put it up here on the screen in a minute. But it talks about this one person's journey to be on his journey and the things that happened to happen while he was on this journey, and how synchronicity was such a big part of it, and how if he had not been paying attention to the small things, it'll be clear as you go through life. I'm telling you, that's about all I can say. It will open your mind to the possibilities that are right before us that we don't normally see. And that's one of the things that I really want this channel to be, helping you see things that are right in front of your face that you might be overlooking. And it might be your answers for the way forward, or out of what you're in, or into what you need to be. So I want to encourage you guys to, let me see. Okay, first off, let me bring this up. I'm not going to share the whole video at all. I'm just going to share this blip of it, because it'll give you the URL to go look it up, and if you're interested in it. And this is the author now. Let me make that big. Get rid of my personal info. Share the screen. And if you guys are not interested, I appreciate your patience in listening anyway. I really do. This is James Redfield. He's the one who authored the book, The Celestine Prophecies. There are many other books he did as well. This is on UAMN TV. Okay, and that's a YouTube channel that has all kinds of interesting things. Oh my gosh. If you're interested in UFOs or paranormal things, things having to do with possibility of aliens or visitors to the planet, or did we really go to the moon? What's going on the other side of Jupiter? Things like that. This UAMN TV on YouTube is an incredible treasure trove of all kinds of wonderfully validated information. But this is the gentleman who wrote the Celestine Prophecy, and right here, the key experience we're discovering is building our inspiration energy and synchronistic flow. These two inner expansions optimize our self-confidence and unlock our full intuitive intelligence and life success. Okay, he said the Celestine Prophecy was offered as a map of consciousness and a view of humanity's destined future. It's incredible. And yeah, over here you can see the other things that I listen to. Look at all this jazz, right? Oh, Dr. Stephen Greer, another UAMN thing. This gentleman, Chris Shelton, is an ex-Scientologist, as am I, and he has a wonderful channel. But today, I really wanted to speak about the Celestine Prophecy. Well, again, if you're familiar with it, the Celestine Prophecy, give me a 1 in chat. Because it's really a fascinating thing. I mean, if you all were with me Thursday, Friday nights, I had some wonderful experiences Friday night with the group that I drum with, and it was magical. It was magical. Then I came home and I had a wonderful time on the cantina, and it's like synchronicity is just all around. Met some interesting people that might make my life even more interesting in a wonderful way. And so this is just one of the things that I want to bring to your attention. Again, if anyone is interested, and not just you wonderful folks in chat, but the people that will be in the replay, I want you to be aware of the Celestine Prophecies and James Redfield. He has a whole program on online. Let me shoot over there. This is called the Celestine Vision, and that's what it is, CelestineVision.com. If you are at all interested in further diving into this. It's an online community, and that says coming soon, but he's been around for a little bit. Let's see if it says how long it's been here. Okay, it gives his formal biography. It's read his story, frequently asked questions. Look at that tree. That's incredible. I wish I could make it bigger for you. Um, but yeah, there's the book. It was incredible. It was again, these books that I find incredible spoke to me at a time I needed the information to level up or whatever you might have it called. But I want to make sure that I am passing on information as I get it. There's also a Celestine community, and that okay. Here it says, join the Celestine community online. Are you looking to find community and conversation online? The Celestine community is a conscious social network brought to you by James Redfield and his Celestine Vision team. Here we are building community which focuses on personal growth, finding our peace within, and breaking through our synchronistic flow and highest creativity. So those are some things that I have been on curious about and on path for a little bit. But yeah, it spoke to me in a lot of different ways. This again is CelestineVision.com that I'm on right now. And read how the movements of planets and other fascinating nuances of the stars affect your sign. And you can sign up for a newsletter. And here are some of the books. And let's see, I read this one and this one and this one and this one. And they are amazing. I mean, if you just read it like you're reading any book, it's just a book with a wonderful little story in it. But if you read it with the intent to understand the message, you'll get so much more out of it. So much more out of it. So I then went to the Celestine Vision community, and I can't get that down anymore. The new world can be one of great creativity and personal fulfillment. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Let me see. And Hen says, I don't know if Jackie agrees, that I have been lucky to find you both when my path was stagnant and needing to kickstart, because now I am starting to work the craft to get him back on track. I am thrilled for you. And I'm glad that we can have a small part in that, right? Kitty Kez says, listening, just relaxing and soaking it in. Well, I had ideas of reading you excerpts from the book, but then I realized I had gifted it to someone, so I no longer have them in my possession, the first three that I showed you. But they are well worth looking for anywhere you can. The author, again, is James Redfield. And I'm going to talk like this for Katie K, who's relaxing. Hey, Jets Mom, how are you? And let's see. So here it says in the announcements of the Facebook group, Celestine Vision Community, which I have yet to join, but I just found it like an hour ago. It says, welcome to the Celestine Vision Community. We are glad you're here. This group is a great place to share synchronicities, pictures, memes, articles, or other things that you feel help explain or share your experience of insights on the Celestine Vision. As many of you already know, this group follows the insights as described in the books by James Redfield. 1, the Celestine Prophecy. 2, the 10th Insight, Holding the Vision. 3, the Secret of Shambhala, in search of the 11th insight. The 12th Insight, which is the Hour of Decision. The Celestine Vision, the Experimental Guide to Celestine Prophecy, and Experimental Guide to the 10th Insight. Among these 7 books are 12 insights that are described in the stories. As this group is dedicated to the discussion of the Celestine Vision, there is an expectation that all posts will be related to one or more of the 12 insights. So if you're interested, again, I want to bring to you guys the gems that I'm picking up through the week in hopes that it might help you guys in your paths, in your journeys. And it might be a little, food for thought. And some of the books I've listed in my Discord, which you guys know, I think most of you are already in the Discord. I have a different book section on books that have made a positive difference for me. So if you're at all interested in that kind of things, check out that as well. So I just wanted to chill with you guys and see if anybody else is familiar with the Celestine visions and the Celestine prophecies, because there's a lot going on there. And I know there's an awful lot going on in our community too, but you know what? I'm going to leave it alone because that's not part of my journey right now. So I've just wanted to, again, bring up the Celestine prophecies and see if I can't find an excerpt from the book. I mean, there's a whole program that it facilitates your going through, a person's going through the 10 insights, 12 insights, and how to utilize that every day and how to calm yourself to hear that wee small voice that is trying to guide you, because a lot can be gained by slowing down and listening and paying attention to the signs that are all around you, guiding you to one direction or another. Yeah. Anne says she's never heard of it, but it sounds interesting. And usually synchronicities occur when you're ready for them. You know, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Here I am. So that might be something that would interest some of you folks. I know if Kat Lynn is here and wishes to share, there were some pretty synchronistic things that happened over the past week. Has it only been a week or was it 2 weeks? That were pretty synchronistic. And yeah. So just to check on the chat, Jay McCarthy, I'm so glad I found this community. I can feel myself getting on the right track too. I'm so glad for you. I'm so glad for you. And it is interesting. I guess you mean decorate, not paint a mural, although that would be awesome. Because she said she's going to paint some walls today. Yeah. I made the mistake. I was having too fun helping. This is decades ago. I was helping one of my best friends paint her new kitchen. And she had this, oh my goodness, yellow in the kitchen because she wanted it to be bright when the sun came through the window, the sliding glass doors there to the kitchen. And because I was young and foolish, now I'm just foolish, I took this yellow paint, figuring, well, we're going to paint over it anyway, right? And I put a big I, heart, you, and then I, because this is my best friend for so many times. We had been through so much. Oh my God. And PJ, if you're out there listening ever, I still love you, kid. So I put this on the wall and she says, oh, that's so sweet. Her husband came in and said, what did you do? I went, I painted. So goofy. He says, that's going to show through. I went, that's terrific. And he was so mad. So thank you, Jet's mom. So we painted over it. And, at certain times of day, you couldn't see it. But when the sun hit the right way, you could always see it every day. And it gave her a giggle and a smile. But oh man, he was so jealous of our relationship though, because we had been friends long before he ever came in the picture. But yeah, it was so funny. So funny. Katie K says, or when the universe knows you need it most. Right. And that's part of the timing. That's part of the timing of it. Yeah. But even now that they've sold it, and gosh, I haven't talked to her in decades. Things went wonky. But I know that after she sold it, she didn't tell the people about it. And they called her and said, what is this about? And she just, I don't know what you're talking about. Enjoy the house. So I wonder if even now, if they've painted over. I mean, it's been, oh my gosh, at least 4.5 decades that it happened. And I wonder if they ever had to like put the kills on it, that paint that covers everything, and then go from there or what. But yeah, it was, it's not one of my prouder moments, but it does give me a giggle. Helps me to remember the childlike wonder as opposed to childishness, right? You guys know I talk about that a lot. But Kat Lynn, are you available? I'm going to drop the link. And if any of you choose to come on board and share something, a way that you have noticed the synchronicity happening in your lives over the past couple of times, couple of weeks. And I know that Catlin was here, and I would love her to come forward. You know, you don't have to put on your camera. It's more important that the story gets out rather than just everyone see how beautiful you are. So it's there. If anyone wants to come on, how many coats did it take to cover, you know? We just did 2 more over that and left it because it was a certain shade of yellow that she was going for. Once she finally achieved that shade and it dried, and we thought, okay, good, no worries. And she called me up the next day or two saying, he is so mad, it's still showing through. I went, well, just, he should know that that's from you to him, or from me to him, or from you to me, or whatever. You know, he'll get over it or he won't. It's rough. That's all on him. And Jet's mom says, you know what? Maybe I will paint a mural. That would be wonderful. That would be, and Jet can help. He could paint in the grass or whatever you choose to do. That would be kind of cool. Hey, St. Elmo's Fire. I know you, but I think I know you by another name, but I'm glad you stopped in to say hi. Hope you're having a great chill Sunday. Because we are just here relaxing. I've talked a little about synchronicities, and the fact that you popped in is amazing synchronicity. So I'm glad you're here. And is there anything that you could tell us about how things have apparently come together when it didn't seem like it was going to? I've dropped the link just above you, just above your post. So if you'd like to jump on and share anything, that'd be great. We're not here for very long on Sundays. I just want to take a half hour to chill with everybody. So that would be great. And doing some YouTube stuff. And Catlin has already had to back up. But she was here for a minute, and that's important to me. So, happy Sunday, that girl. We're talking about synchronicity and the way things come together when you didn't think they would, right when they're supposed to, just in the nick of time. So, Hen says she has something, but she doesn't want to hog the mic. Catlin says she's been through a lot in the past month or so, as many of you know, and lost her job, thought it was crumbling. I thought of it as part of my life's purpose. Catlin, you want to grab the link? I can put it back there if you'd like. And Hen, I've got the link there as well if you'd like. Let me see if I can pin it to the top of the chat. Yes. So it's at the top of the chat if anybody would like to grab that. I would love to have... Oh, don't be scared. Catlin, just tell your story. You don't even have to have your camera on. And now I know that your internet is kind of spotty, but you don't need to have your camera on, hon. I just want you to be able to tell your story. Katie K, think about doing a mural. That'd be great too, right? Maybe a mural would be more inspiring, or cool designs too, right? YouTube is your friend. Try not to get sucked down the Pinterest rabbit hole though. That can take me out of the whole day. It's crazy. Well, synchronicity is a thing, folks, and I did want to put you on the track to the Celestine Prophecies, the Celestine Village Community. They're real big on synchronicity and watching out for it and paying attention, again, to that wee small voice in the back of your head that's telling you, don't turn left, or don't go that route today, or you see that person, go say hello. So, yeah, here comes Hen. Good evening, Hen. How are you?
Hello, let me just mute mute the stream. Bear with me.
You're welcome. Sure, no problem.
Right. Okay. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. I've had a really good day actually, which is where the
Excellent.
synchronicity comes in, I guess.
Wonderful. Tell us a
Um,
story.
so the live stream I did where you popped in,
Yes.
Jackie was on there with me for most of the night,
Oh,
and
wonderful.
she was playing with her cards, and it made
Uh-huh.
me get my cards out for the first time in a long time.
That's wonderful.
And we were drawing cards for people in the stream. So she drew one, I draw one, and they really aligned. So what she drew and what I drew
I
worked
love when that
together.
happens. I love when that happens. Thank you, that girl.
Yeah. But
Excellent.
today
Uh-huh.
I'm just playing about on Facebook, and I've noticed like someone I haven't spoken to for a while was online. I've just sent a message, "How are you?" And they
Mm-hmm.
replied, "Not very well."
Oh.
And I'm like, "I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better." And then they said, "Do you want a cup? Do you fancy a cuppa?
Yep, I know a
Yeah.
cuppa.
Do you fancy a cup?" Well, he said coffee or tea, but I say cuppa. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Well, I'm free. I can do." And then he ended up inviting me round to his house.
Okay.
With his wife. So it's not anything wrong there going on.
I wasn't gonna go there. I promise you I was not gonna
No.
go there.
Um, but
I was
I
gonna
felt
try
like
not to.
no, I felt like I needed to take something with me as a guest because they were making me lunch and everything, you know.
Yes.
And when you go to someone's house, you need to take something with you.
You should always take
And
a gift of some kind, yes.
I didn't have anything to take with me, so I
You had
picked up my
cards,
cards,
right?
and within probably half an hour of being there, his wife popped out with the dog to let the dog go to the toilet, and he said to me, "Did you bring your cards?"
How about that?
So, and like I said, I hadn't touched them for probably about at least 6 months, if not longer,
Oh my
until
goodness. And
Jackie.
it was right on time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's
So,
amazing. I'm
and
gonna bring Jet's mom is patiently waiting in the back. I'm gonna let her on, and then I want you to finish your story, okay, Hen?
yeah, no, that's cool.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. It sounds amazing. Hey,
So,
Jet's mom. We're
Hey,
gonna let
oh my gosh, I love that story, Hen. That's awesome.
Isn't that
yeah,
wonderful? I'm so glad you can hear when you're backstage. That's great.
and I
And
think
go ahead.
he's been going through a lot of mental health issues at the moment. He was in
Mhm.
hospital with suspected heart attack.
Oh goodness.
Um,
I know
but
how scary that could
it's
be.
more likely that it was just
Anxiety.
anxiety.
Yeah.
He's waiting for the results of the scan, but it's more like the anxiety. And the
Yes.
cards were just telling him to believe in himself. Three different cards, all saying the same message. Believe
Mhm.
in yourself. You've got the strength. You can do this. There's changes happening, but you will get through them if you believe in yourself.
Excellent. That's amazing. I'm so
So,
glad you were there to help them through that.
mm,
And that is synchronicity
yeah,
because you felt to reach out and say, "Hey, how you doing?"
yeah,
And he responded and boom, there you
yeah.
gave him healing messages. That's incredible. This is what I'm
So,
talking about, people. This is exactly what I'm talking about. When things happen and they seem to fall together and they bring you together with somebody who needs your service or who has a service that you need or something that you uniquely are able to do that they are not, and they are called you guys are called together, and there
yeah.
is so much synchronicity that the
So,
more we pay attention to this, the
and do you know
better.
what's really strange? He's
Yes.
just sent me a message on Facebook as
Yes.
we're talking.
How about that?
There you go.
That's amazing. That's amazing. But the more we listen to that small voice, the more we will break down barriers and put order in the chaos and help stop the division and begin to grow together again as a one united family. And maybe this is all my woo-woo stuff and me being an old hippie, but I believe it can be done. Even if all the chaos in the world is right in front of our face. We have to try as light bringers, as energy workers, as indigo
Mhm.
kids. We need to bring that to the front and
Yeah,
shine anyway, right?
yeah. I mean, I like I said, I've neglected my path for a long time.
And you're back,
Yeah,
and that's a good thing.
yeah,
Thank you for sharing, Hen. I'm going to let Jet's mom go talk now, okay? If you
yeah.
want
No
to
problem. I'll
hop
drop
back.
out.
Thank you, sweetie. It's always good to see you. Thanks. So,
Oh
Jet's
gosh.
mom, what's good with you, sweetie?
You know what I think it's I can't even give you a specific story. It happens to me all day long, every day, all day. This like you just mentioned, I think it's part of the light
Being
worker side
being awake, right?
and the indigo child that once you hit that place in your life, generally speaking, I'd say it's around 35 for most people,
Yes.
average. You hit that point and you're suddenly like, oh shoot, the world gets more comfortable and you start listening. I call it gut instinct,
Yes.
and people might call it maternal instinct. They
People
might
call it
call
all
it
kinds of things, right?
exactly. And um, I know I've experienced miracles by listening to that gut instinct. You said something silly just now about turning left.
Mm-hmm.
That's I'm blessed with being very directionally inclined. I don't like.
But you trust that inner voice.
That's what it is. And I'm always on. I mean, I'm generally on time person, but I'm always running late.
Yeah, time is an agreed upon reality with which I do not agree.
So I drive my very linear husband crazy
Oh, I'll bet.
because he's like
I,
he's
I
a
had one of
Capricorn.
those. Yeah, I had
He's
one
a
of those.
Capricorn. He's in the car like 10 minutes before we have to leave. But for
Yeah,
me, I just
good.
trust my instincts. Everything's gonna be fine. Just you can't.
But
I
he
also
was not
surrender.
he's not in a place where he could trust his instincts yet. Although he could. Any of us can just readily, say, okay, wait, let me just stop and listen for a minute. And it'll be there. It's
Mhm,
incredible. Um, and I'm glad thanks for sharing the story. I know that with the things that you and I have shared together, that I know a little bit more about you, and I know that our paths are so similar. We could be
mhm.
sisters, right?
Absolutely.
And I love when we get to share these kind of things. I did want Kat Lynn to come up and share. I see she's typed it all out, but I really wanted people to hear her voice and the miraculous things that happened in her life over the past couple of weeks. Kat
Oh,
Lynn,
I'd love to hear it.
grab that link. Come on, Kat Lynn.
Come.
It says, I work on pagan time, always relaxed and often late. We call that standard pagan time here, especially at
Are you
events,
sure you don't live on Maui?
right? I have faith in the universe, God, spirit, and all things will be taken care of. Yes, my
Absolutely.
dear. Yes, they will. Yes, girl, my dude, and I do, I do a freaking T. That's amazing. Catlin, will you please consider coming online and sharing your story? You do not have to have your camera on, but I would like to people hear it from your voice.
There's a reason my camera's not on.
I
Here,
know. I get it.
here you go.
I,
Ah.
you're so funny. Oh goodness. I don't know that Catlin's in a place where she can come on. Because sometimes her signal is real wonky. I like that word wonky, and you're familiar with the word wonky, right? It's a
I
little
like
bit wonky. It's not doing what it's supposed to. Here she comes. Hang on a second.
Okay, I'll jump off.
Thank you, Jess Mom. Hi, Kat.
Love you guys.
Hello.
Hey, love you too, Jess Mom. Stick around. Catlin, I am so thankful for you coming up on the screen, coming into the stream with me. I really want to let people hear your story as it played out. I know you typed it up, but please, I give you the floor.
Okay. Um, this
Get
is my
closer.
first time ever being on
Get closer to your
online.
mic.
Am I echoing or anything?
No,
Okay.
I'm not sure everybody can hear you well.
Okay. Hello,
And
everyone.
I've got an incredible mic, so go for it.
Okay. So, as some of you all may have known, I've had a really rough past month and a half, I guess. My mom passed away in the end of April, and May was really kind of crappy, and I got fired from my job on June the 2nd. I've worked there for 6 years with the kids and the teens, and we got a new director back at the end of September, and she changed a lot of things and just had all these new expectations of the way she wanted things done. And She actually quotes cited insubordination and repeated failure to complete assigned tasks as her reason for firing me. Um, Crushed my soul. Like, I have had many in-depth conversations with this woman about how I felt like this was my life's purpose. I love the job. I've worked with the teens mainly, but helped with the children's. The children's direct coordinator was leaving, and she knew that I wanted to move into the children's position. So she told me that I would need to submit a resume, write a cover letter, selling myself for the job, an interview for something that I've been helping to do and build in the community for the past 6 years. And that didn't sit right with me. For some reason, I just felt that was off. But, anyways, everything happens for a reason. And like I said, I felt like just my whole world was collapsing. People would think terribly of me for getting fired from the library, but that hasn't been the case. There's not been a single person that I've told that hasn't been like, "What? Why? Are you kidding?" That be, they don't like that I've been fired. But
Right.
I missed an art show for one of my former teens this weekend, and I
Oh,
messaged the mom to say, "Hey, I'm sorry. Things have been crazy. I just was not even thinking about it." And then I let her know that I was fired. And she was also like, "What? You are the librarian."
right.
Um, by the end of the conversation, she said, I have a 4 bedroom, 2 bath. Well, first she said, I have a cabin in the woods. And I was thinking, just a little cabin in the woods. But come to find
Right.
out, it's a 4 bedroom, 2 bath cabin in the woods that we could offer retreats at. They were going to use it as an Airbnb, and um, they didn't really want to deal with renters and all that kind of stuff. And she said she's had a list of ideas of things that she wanted to do to help kids and teens, as she is a writer of a homeschool curriculum,
Wow.
and she just never
Synchronicity,
pursued
guys. You're
it.
hearing
I
it.
know, I know. And she
That's
never pursued it
incredible.
because I was already providing a lot of the things that she would like to do at the library. But if I'm not at the library anymore, she wants to. We're going to meet at the cabin this week and discuss possibilities for using her facility to do some good in the community. It'll be paid. The library, everything is free, but if we make it good enough, um, people will come, I think.
Oh, I think so too. And isn't it amazing that when you got that card of the hanged man, and I told you it's going to be like the rug is pulled out from under you, and we talked
Yes,
afterwards, and we talked the next day, and we talked a lot through that week, that it
yes,
all came together. This is the type of synchronicity that I'm talking about is possible for each and every one of us if we let go of we think what should be,
yes.
and if we just let it flow and let the goodness come to us. And yes, they will come. And I hope it I really, I feel like this is going to be something wonderful for you, and it's going to be something wonderful for that tri-state area that they've not been able to get before, and especially now that COVID restrictions are lifting in a lot of places, it's going to take off. It's
Yes,
really going to do well. So I'm
yes.
hopeful. And I told you that if this gets to the point where you and I think it's going, I would be more than
Hmm.
thrilled to come and do an event out there with you.
That
So,
would be so
wouldn't
amazing.
that be
I think
cool?
it's really going to be big.
I think
It's
it is
really going to
too.
be
So,
something.
it is, and I'm excited for you and your friend. I think it's going to be, and
Yes,
you will find that there will be other businesses that are waiting for something like this that they can help support, whether it's by supplies or by books or by furniture or whatever you need to move forward. I really
yes.
see a lot of businesses hopping on to help you guys grow and make it exciting. So, yeah, look, people in the chat are just thrilled for you. This is amazing.
Thank you
I'm very,
guys.
very excited for you. And I definitely want you to keep me in the loop, and I know you will,
You know,
as to how it goes and what's going
I
on with
will.
it.
I will.
And yep, nonprofit, definitely. So,
Um,
at least to start.
the first two, yes, yes. The first couple days, I was in a really, really rough spot. But everybody, like 3 people within 30 minutes, told me this is not the end. This is the beginning of something new and big. And I
Yep.
believed that from the beginning. I didn't feel like I believed, like I didn't look like I believed it because I couldn't
Right.
talk without crying. And,
I know.
I
We
couldn't
spoke
say the
that.
words I
We
got
spoke right
fired
after that
with
happened,
that.
didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Right as soon as I got home almost.
Yep.
And, it was rough, but I held the faith and believed that something I couldn't imagine what it was, but I was actually at the library on Friday picking up some more of my things, and there was a lady in there, and she said, "Why don't you do your own thing?" She said, "Open your own shop. Do you like books?" She said, "Sell books. Do your story times there, and have kids." And I said, "Well, that would be nice." I was thinking, how in the world? How could that work? I don't have a
Right.
spot, but
But you
my
answered
mom was
with
thinking,
positivity.
yeah, how could I make that? I said that would be nice. And I was thinking, how could I make that happen? And then I reached out to the friend of mine, and
And
it
here
could
we
be
are.
happening now. Yes,
This is
I'm very excited.
amazing. This is amazing. And I also want to encourage all of you in chat and all of you listening on replay, this kind of synchronicity, this kind of serendipity, this kind of these kinds of things happening can happen for you too. Right, Caitlin?
Yes, yes. I used to be the one that was always, and that's kind of why I think things were so bad for me for a month, because I kind of went back to that place of,
Mm,
oh gosh,
yeah.
what's going to happen next? Waiting for the next shoe to drop. And um, my mother passed away. My husband's grandfather passed away.
I
Um,
know it's been
I
horrible
lost
for
my
you.
job. He found out his company's supposed to be closing the 18th. Now they've moved it to the 25th. It was just one thing right after the other. And I said, I've got to stop this. I've got to get my vibe back in a
Yep.
high, a higher vibrational stuff.
Yep.
And so I
As
started tuning in more here, listening to replays, and, just trying to get back to where
get
I was
as
before.
much
And
positive in as you can from whatever source you can.
it really
And when
works.
it really does. And the more you turn away from the chaos and the division and the drama llama, the better your heart will be, the better your spirit will feel, and you will be feeling lighter. I don't know if that makes sense to any of you out there, but you start feeling lighter and brighter, and you shine brighter. And it's just amazing what can happen when you start listening. Um, let's see. Jeff Swan says, "Light and love to all. Gotta run. Hubby thinks he can set the air fryer." I'm so sorry. But yeah, Catlin, this is an amazing story, and I really appreciate you coming up, and I thank you for reaching out and one allowing me to be a part of this, and for keeping me in the loop as you go on your journey. And I thank you for coming up here and telling us all what happened. Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me come up. And also thank you for being such an inspiration and helping me along these last few weeks. You really
You
have helped me raise my vibe. So you have played a part in me being where I am today. So I just want to thank you for that again.
you are so welcome, honey. And it does my heart good to hear. It warms the cockles of my heart to really seriously to know that I've made a difference for somebody in a positive way just by listening and being here and by giving you some of the knowledge that I've gained through my journey. So thank you for coming up. I'm going to see if anybody else wants to come up, and I
Okay,
so thank
I'm
you.
going to see how to go. Okay. Thank you guys. I'll be back in chat.
Okay, thanks. Guys, wasn't that amazing? I mean, and this is just over the past 2-3 weeks. Well, over the past month, maybe. But she shared that. So she says, apply for funding. You're offering a community service and would be eligible. It may be a little different in the area where she is, but I think between she and her friend, they've got it. But that's a good idea. You might be able to apply for funding once you meet with your friend and see the cabin and all that later on this week. Katie K says, my daughter calls me Mama Llama. I once said, this Mama Llama don't want no drama to my 5-year-old. I like that. And Catlin says, my hubby and says, I have a phone sex voice. So I thought about that for half a second. I thought about it too, but yeah, no, I can't do that. I'd start giggling and it would not be good. But I had thought about it. I'd gone so far as to make a tape and sent it off. But this was again in one of my darker areas, darker periods of time when I thought, oh my gosh, where am I going to get the money to do this, that, or the other? I do want to bring your attention, guys, to the post scrolling across the bottom that I don't think anything happens by coincidence. No one is here by accident. Everyone who crosses our path has a message for us. And that's right out of James Redfield's book, right out of his mouth and right off the page. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys take that in, because I don't think anything happens by accident or coincidence. I really have started to pay, in the past couple of decades, I've started to really pay attention to the cycles my life goes through. And once I realize I'm back in the same old cycle, I have to think, what did I not learn, or what am I supposed to teach? Because I'm back in this cycle. Let's see how I can change it this time. And sometimes, do you guys know what I'm talking about when I talk about the being in a cycle? So your life is going along, and all of a sudden you realize it's different faces and different people, different place, but the same kinds of words, the same kinds of characteristics, and the same impact on you. And you went, wait a minute, I've gone through this before. And you have to remind yourself, wait, I've gone through this before. This is not then, this is now. How can I change it now? What can I do differently now to get a different outcome? So, yeah, that's the circles I'm talking about, life going in cycles. Let's see. I guess I find naughty phone voices darling. Yeah. And he said he would love to have me reading on tape to put him to sleep. Read Dr. Seuss, Fox in Socks. It's hilarious, especially when you're doing Fox in Socks. When a poodle eating noodles in a puddle. Oh, yeah, it's funny. I'm going to have to go grab the book and do that one time. Hen says, that's my belief, Rosalind, and I have even said it a few times recently. Synchronicity. Because I think this planet is coming to a time where more of us need to unite, and more of us need to push forward with positive, more than ever, to bring back the community feel in our everyday life, not just on YouTube, but in real life as well. And I think when we're able to do that, even if it's only one at a time, by reaching out in this little corner of your life or that little corner of your life, and trying to break down barriers of mistrust and fear and move forward. I really believe that this is what it's going to take to help bring our little corners of the world a bit more real, a bit more synchronistic. Catlin says, Hen, I'm so shocked and grateful for this opportunity. I did a reading right after the conversation. It was very hopeful. I shared it with a lady, and it turns out she used to read cards too. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, Catlin, I am thrilled with the way things are turning around for you. I really am. And it's like it's about time, So each and every one of you listening, and each and every one of you in the chat, know that this can be your time as well. I encourage you to take time to meditate or pray or get still and calm in one way or the other, to ground yourself, to center yourself, and then listen for that wee small voice of your spirit guides or your angels or your inner self or your God or your universe or whatever you want to call it, that's reaching out to try and help you onto your path and down your journey. So keep those things in mind, please. Catlin says, I want to teach some of the things I know to the younger generation. Manifestation and positivity. Oh, that's so needed. I sure wish I'd known what I know now a long time ago. Well, maybe not. And this is true. Everything happens when it's supposed to. Synchronicity. Word of the day. Synchronicity. I really want to encourage you guys, again, to listen, to watch for, to know that the things you know without knowing how you know, you're allowed to know them for a reason, for a purpose. There's an inner beingness, if you will, that will help us lead others in their path. And whether it's just by example or whether it's by getting on YouTube and using your ASMR voice to help people calm down, it's just a matter of coming back to yourself, to remember your true purpose, to find your purpose, to help others in their journey. And as long as you remember to help others in their journey, your journey is made somewhat easier. Because I don't think we grow unless we're helping others. I don't think, for me, the way up is through service and helping others. And I don't mean that in a petty way. But I think most of you understand what I'm saying, that I can't move forward without helping those who are still struggling. And it's not like I'm trying to move forward, but it is now part of my nature to try and plant seeds of hope. And you guys have seen that I really try and do that. Some negative has brought us together to share positive vibes. That's exactly right. Katie K says, every time I feel like I'm about to break, the universe comes in and says, nah, girl, I got you. And, and one area of my life or another falls perfectly in place. That's the way it's supposed to work. And I'm glad you're aware and you can see that that's happening. This is one of the reasons why I'm at a point in my life where I rarely get upset and I rarely get frustrated, because it is what it is. Life goes on. Hey, Emerson Blue, glad you caught us. Gone a bit past where I usually plan to on Sundays. Folks, you know, on Sunday I try and keep to 30 minutes, but I get so excited when I see you guys in here, and I have so much information that I want to share and that I want to hear from you that sometimes we go over. So I will call it in just a few minutes at the top of the hour, because I know some of you have lives. You have lives to get to and things to do. But I'm glad you made it, Emerson. We've been talking about synchronicity and how things fall together in perfect timing right when they're supposed to. Is there anything in that you could have you can expound on? Me too, Katie K. Let's see if I can get that up there. I love how engaged everyone gets. That's one of the things I truly appreciate about you folks in chat. I love that you're saying hello to each other, that you're sharing the love, that you're encouraging one another on, and that you're hearing my words and you're getting out of it what I mean to give out. You know, you're receiving the message. And that to me is really kind of magical. So yeah, Emerson, you can always watch a replay, but basically I shared a couple of websites on the book, The Celestine Prophecy, and I'm going to jump it up here. I'm going to share it again so Emerson Blue can see. I started down the rabbit hole of UAMN TV on YouTube, where they look at all kinds of interesting spiritual and UFO kind of things. And it brought me to this particular place, which is the Celestine Vision. And this is at celestinevision.com. And you can see they have several different things going on. I came upon this from here, UAMN TV. James Redfield is the author of the book, many books, starting with the Celestine Prophecy. And I encourage you to watch there's a movie on YouTube, a free movie on YouTube, The Celestine Prophecy. You can do that. But through this, I was listening, and I'm like 19 minutes in for the third time, because I want to make sure I'm understanding what he's saying. And of course, I'm listening to it at like twice as fast as it should be. But that got me to their website, and that got me to their webpage. So now you're all caught up, Emerson. Yeah, and Emerson says the past few weeks have been synchronized. Well, great. Do you want to come up on do you want to come up on the stream and share? Because I will be happy to. The link is pinned to the top of the chat if you'd like to come in and share your story. Because a lot of us, while we are living in the middle of very synchronistic lives, it does us so much good to hear someone's story. She'd love to, but at the moment she's working to get a call any moment, waiting to get a call. So, and that's fine because that's part of the synchronicity too. I'm not sure if any of you heard of the latest in my synchronicity, synchronistic journey. And I was struggling Friday night. I know if you guys were on Friday in the YouTube Cantina that Locomai usually hosts, I was able to host it while she is doing. She's very involved as stage manager in a play there, so she did not know if she would be back in time to start the cantina, which is normally 10 o'clock in the evening Central Time, Friday nights. If you haven't been there, you got to come. It's a lot of fun. Katie K says, "Got to head out. The girls want to play video games with mom." That's lovely. Oh my gosh, you spend time with your kids. That's amazing. You have a great rest of the week. See you Tuesday night, maybe. Take care, Katie K. But yeah, Friday night, I was going to host the cantina. I did host the cantina, but I asked it make it a half hour later, so 10:30, because I was invited to go with my drum tribe, African drums. It was amazing to perform at a specific event, and it was the synchronicity was all over that place. It was incredible. So I may have some interesting opportunities coming to me due to attending this event. So I'm pretty excited about it too. So it would be doing more of what I do here. Their event was based on gratitude, which is what we just did on that Thursday night. And then they talked about synchronicity, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to talk about that on Sunday. So it was pretty amazing. So, well, it is 3 minutes till the hour. Is there anyone else that would love to come up and share? Because again, ladies, I don't want to take your whole day. I want to have some mercy on the on the replay people, if any. But do remember to hit the thumbs up. Do remember to hit the notification and the bell if you have not already. And remember to join me on, let's see, Tarot Tuesdays at 7:30 Central, Thankful Thursdays, which can evolve into all sorts of things, and that's 7:30 Central Time, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, Thursday. And then again next Sunday. Emerson Blue says, got to get back to work. I'll catch the replay. I'm very interested in what you have to say. Have an awesome night, everyone. Thank you, Emerson Blue. I'm so thrilled that you were able to make it in. Thank you so much. And anyone else? This is your 2-minute warning. We have a 2-minute warning. And is there anything else? Is there anything else anyone would like to share? I love you guys so much. I don't know if you realize what good hearing from you and seeing you in chat does for me and lifting my spirit. It really, it's amazing. Does me good. Does the body good. Are any of you familiar with Miss Melissa Jade, who has a channel? I was on her live for so many hours last night, and they were talking about the Mandela effect and how do we know what's real and what's not, kind of thing, and timelines and alternate universes. And if you guys are interested in that kind of thing, that's a good channel to go to. Emerson, Melissa Jade is another one. Thank you, Catlin. That's my intent. That you can feel my appreciation and my sincerity and my care for you through this computer screen. Because I do. It's great. I know. It's so weird to think about, isn't it, Hen? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. And you said no, but I've talked. Have you not heard of the Mandela effect? I would love to direct you to Google and look up Mandela effect. It will blow your frickin' mind. Yeah, because alternate timeline. Yeah, multiverse. And the fact that it happened at the end of the Mayan calendar. Yeah, there's something about that. There's something about that. It hence says it's one conspiracy theory that I'm actually interested in. Yes, it definitely gives food for thought. Yeah, maybe we can collab on that on your channel later on or tomorrow or this week sometime. I think that would be wonderful. Something very interesting to talk about, right? Because it's so many things are possible. There's so many things that we as mere humans might not understand or take for granted and don't notice the obvious because we're so engrossed in our cell phones or in whatever it is that's taking our attention away from what we should be looking at, right? Well, ladies, I want to thank you for your time. You know, I'm aware that there are so many other channels that you could be watching. I appreciate the fact you're watching mine and you spend this time with me. I mean to keep it at 30 minutes on Sunday because I know everybody has things going on. Well, most of you have things going on. I have a pair of socks I've yet to finish, but they're coming along. I'm almost done. I've only got like an inch to go. If you can see that, this much here, just an inch more to go. And I hope to finish them tonight. Yes, it does remind me of the Matrix as well. Very much so. And we talked about glitches in the Matrix, so it's pretty interesting. So, Anne Holiday says, love your stream. Thanks for that. I would look for the Mandela effect. Again, another interesting topic. There are so many things that, oh, yeah. Well, again, I thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. And I will see you maybe again later on today, maybe on Tuesday, somewhere on the internet. I thank you guys for being here. You guys take care. Know that I believe in you, that you can do anything you set your mind to. You can do it. Have a great week. Bye.